Holy crap, it looks like we got breaking news. It
What?
looks like we do. Holy God. Jalen Hurts, a 5-year, $255 million extension, makes him the
Whoa.
highest paid player in NFL history.
Whoa.
Damn. Jalen got paid.
Nice. Woo! 1 minute ago by Shefty.
There you go. There you go. Oh, man. Yeah, exactly. You know what? Shout out to the Eagles for getting it done there. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So,
Lamar Jackson's price just went up.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Like, so that's because he's from the 2020 draft, because he was drafted in the Jordan Love draft. And it's just interesting. We haven't seen Jordan Love play at all. And instead, Jalen Hurts has just gotten like a super mega deal. This is going to change some things. But you know what, dude? Like, he deserves it, because there was like that first season, right, where he was like, okay, like this kid's got something. It's like, but who knows if he's going to be like really good. I know his accuracy in like that Buccaneers playoff game, that wild card round where they got like bounced, like really wasn't good. And he like lit the league on fire last year. Like, he was really good.
The thing with the narrative is funny to me, because I remember watching Jalen Hurts in 2020 and I was like, oh, the Eagles got something cooking here with Hurts. Like, he's a lot better than I thought he was going to be. And then even though they lose that playoff game, he's essentially going against what was a top 3 defense that year in the Bucks defense. It's like a young QB is playing against one of the best defenses in the NFL, getting bounced by them. And somehow it draws like all these questions about whether or not he's good enough. But
which, by the way,
he got better every year.
He did.
That's like, when you're looking at young QBs, it's Josh Allen did it. Jalen Hurts is doing it. It's that progression, and it's coaching. It's building the team, the offense to their strengths, which the Ravens did with Lamar Jackson. And, now I think the lesson here is, as soon as you can get that big contract extension, take it. Just take the 150, 170 million guaranteed and hope you get it.
Because right now, so it's $255 million. It's $179.3 million in guaranteed and a no trade clause. And if you recall, good sir, they did this, like they drafted him when Carson Wentz was still on the team. And that was a little bit controversial. Obviously, Carson Wentz fell off massively, but it wasn't that long ago where he was having like an MVP-like season. He got hurt, and it was like, okay, no, like Carson can still kind of be the guy. Their offensive line is not really good. That got revamped. And now, he is the highest paid player in NFL history. Like, it's just insane, because the Eagles, they took a risk. And because what was it? Jalen Hurts was a second rounder. Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't take a risk. Like, this is what I just did a video about the Broncos' last 7 drafts. And the Broncos in the second round drafted KJ Hamler when Jalen Hurts was there, right? Now, Denver didn't need a quarterback that draft because Drew Lock had just put a nice sample size on film for the team that season. But my point was, like, if you don't have your quarterback yet, you don't believe you have him. And the Eagles were smart enough to be like, we don't think Carson Wentz is the guy anymore. You draft quarterbacks until you find that freaking guy. And you draft all over the draft. So if you have Carson Wentz, you're not taking a quarterback in the first round there, right? But you're like, we really like Jalen Hurts. He is available right now in the second round. Let's just draft him, because you have nothing to lose. And it's crazy to me when I went back through that and realized how many mistakes the Broncos made by not taking QBs when they should have. And just like being off a year when you're trying to get a guy versus waiting like the Eagles did smartly and grabbed him. But anyway.
But you look at the narratives, right? So you basically had the opposite situation happen with the Packers. because the Packers, they traded up still in the later first round. Still later in the first round, but they trade up for Jordan Love. And now, like, Aaron Rodgers goes and wins back-to-back MVP seasons, and they look bad in this. Now, if Jordan Love is the guy, like, they'll look okay and they'll look fine. But they did the same thing in the same draft. Obviously, Carson Wentz wasn't Aaron Rodgers, but, you know, you just sees, like, the different reactions to that, in which, like, I said, like, I liked Jordan after my screaming thing that went viral, screamed into a pile of clothes, because I just didn't like the pick there. Had no problem with the player. It was the pick at that point. I was like, that's where the issue is for me. And so now it's going to be like, are the Packers going to look even worse? Because if Jordan Love is not the guy, it's going to be problematic. But it's like you said, the worst time to go get, especially a QB. It's really with any position, but the worst time to have to like go and draft a QB is when you need one. That's why all these teams are trading up. That's why the Panthers are trading up, like their future, to go and get a franchise QB. That's why the 49ers did it with Trey Lance, who knows if he's going to still be on the team. They may have found their guy in the last pick of the draft. It's a wild time.
Yeah. I mean, and that's another great example. Like the 49ers,
they traded
had
a
Trey
ton.
Lance, had Jimmy G, and they're like, hey, we kind of like this Brock Purdy kid. Let's grab him here. It's the final pick. Denver did that with Chad Kelly. And I think talent-wise, that was correct. And he just had a bunch of off-field stuff. And then he got in trouble because he got really wasted on Halloween, went into the wrong person's house, got chased out with a vacuum cleaner. No harm there, but the Broncos released him. And now, like, you know, last year, he just won the Grey Cup in Canada. And I think, like, that shows, like, the dude can still play football.
Sure.
And maybe you had the guy there that you could have developed, but you cut him. So, yeah, take quarterbacks. Get them. Any round, wherever. You don't know when they're going to work out. It was the Paxton Lynch, Dak Prescott comparisons. The Cowboys just took Dak in the fourth there. Was the best quarterback from that draft. It's just like, yeah, vacuum cleaner. He was dressed as Woody, got super drunk at the Broncos Halloween party, went into the wrong home, and then was chased out by whoever owned that home with a vacuum cleaner handle. Chad Kelly.
It's kind of amazing.
What's his cap hits going to be?
So that's what I'm looking for right now, because damn, that guy got paid. Like Lamar, it's going to be wild now. Like, what is he going to get? I'm so curious when that all shakes out, because he has to get more than Jalen Hurts, right? So it says this monster deal includes $15 million in incentives, meaning Hurts can earn up to $54 million per year in new money and up to $274.3 million through 2028, including a $4.3 million that he would have been due last year, because he's still on his rookie deal because it's an extension. So
nice.
Damn. And that's the thing. If they traded up in the first round to get Jalen Hurts, they would have gotten a 5th-year option out of him. But they didn't.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of teams like that, but
Lamar Jackson, that's what happened to him.
Yeah.
Damn.
He's getting dicked by it.
The no trade clause is the first in Eagles history.
Wow.
That's wild.